And I never wanted to have them back in my shop. So everything is closed loop.
You don't want them poking around.
Just they poked enough.
Yeah.
They've had their enough. Yeah. They've had their pokings,
Welcome to the Decode Podcast with Elias Malfovan, Daniel Stanfill, and Sean Kincaid.
All right, here we are at SMTA International 2025, the Decode Podcast, for wrapping up a pretty nice day. We had some great conversations, and this one shouldn't disappoint either. We've got Mr. John Neiderman, the Director of Sales with Zestron. Welcome back. Actually, is this the first time we've had him on camera? No.
This is the first.
First time. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm glad to have you. Yeah, man. Talk to us about all things cleaning.
I mean, Zestron, but we talk about stencil cleaning a lot, right?
Yeah.
So with Zestron, we kind of pride ourselves with pH neutral cleaning agents, right? So our stencil cleaning product portfolios, our flagship products are all pH neutral.
That Vigon.
Yep. Yeah. Vigon SC200 and Vigon SC210, which is an alkaline product that we have as well. But then we also have like the defluxing, right? We have a whole pH neutral product line related to defluxing, like NX728 and 600, those types of things. But we also carry alkaline products. So that's one of the popular talks right now in the cleaning industry. Currently is pH neutral good enough, or is an alkaline product better? Right? And there's a lot of studies going on related to bath life, these kind of things around that, right? So, we've been doing this since 2010 with pH neutral products, roughly, in terms of the development. So we've had them for a long time. We've tested them, tried and true, thousands of applications all over the world. But as you see some of these newer flux formulations that are being developed, right, the constituents of those change.
Right.
So we're constantly revamping those formulations, specifically on the pH neutral side, to make sure we're staying in balance with those constituents. So
I can speak to for myself, like the difference that I seen, because I ran Zestron for quite a while. We had an issue when we first started off, eventually down the line, where it was cleaning so aggressively, resistor bands and color changes were coming off in the wash.
Right.
And so then once we switched to the pH neutral, all that went away, right?
Right.
And it still cleaned really good. It was the same. So,
yeah.
Thankfully that board got it through that. But I know for me, would I love to have like an aggressive cleaner? Of course, right? But would I love to see the resistor band to make sure we put on the right one?
Sure.
That's weighs more in that scenario for me, right? So
yeah, compatibility is definitely a big part of it. But the big factor, I think, that drives it, at least from our customers, because it is a more expensive product, right, than our traditional alkaline products. But there's some cost savings associated. So not only the compatibility, but you have to think about the government regulations and like where you're located.
Yeah.
For an example, these big inline cleaners are putting a lot of water down the drain, essentially, or it has to be treated, right? But in some country, some areas of the country, it's going to drain. So the local municipality looks and says, okay, what's the pH of this material? And that's where pH neutral products help you. So you don't have to do any pre-treatment prior to sending it to drain or treatment for the local municipality. So there's savings to be had there as well.
So yeah, mine was a closed loop system. So I did PCB fab for a while.
Okay, yeah.
And I never wanted to have them back in my shop. So everything is closed loop.
You don't want them poking around.
Just they poked enough.
Yeah.
They've had their enough. Yeah. They've had their pokings, so.
I can sympathize and understand that as well.
He finally got rid of his
California.
So
yeah,
in California. So we're just onward
never
and
have
upward,
to see
baby.
an ISCO again.
Bye.
Yeah. I'm on the Stencil side of things. Obviously, like there's a concern with, okay, this cleaning agent has a job to do, but that job can't also then cause the stencil to, fall apart, right? So that neutrality or that compatibility is very important there.
In fact, I learned that the hard way. we left a stencil in our
Oh yeah. Over the weekend.
heated, over the weekend, and the foil comes off the part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I
pulled
might
away from
even,
the screen, right?
yeah. Here's the good news though, it still prints okay. I was like, I wanted to try it. I said, send it.
Only you.
I said,
Only you.
I send it. Yeah. It held up, right? It was just the corner that came off and
Okay.
Single-handedly debunking the stencil tension myth.
Well, that would have been probably an easy one to solve what happened, but you guys actually will work with customers on getting a root cause analysis and figuring out what problems they have, even if it isn't specifically tied to the cleaning. Is that right? Like, you help CMs like us figure out what's going on in the line and what chemistries might get involved somewhere and help out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Zestron's known as a chemistry company, right? Manufacturing of cleaning agents. But we also have what's called the RNS division or an RNS group. And so that's basically assisting contract manufacturers or OEMs with understanding high reliability and how to not only design the product, how to manufacture the product, and help them look at, if you need 30 years of shelf life, right? Or 30 years of working condition, that may or may not involve a cleaning process, right? But because of our background and understanding of high reliability, because we do create cleaning agents, we understand all the testing that's involved, the proper ways for design for manufacturing, et cetera. So we do consulting along with the actual services to help you prove that your product can withstand 30 years of service in the field, whether you clean or not.
well, even like Jigger, I called him one time and I said, I'm getting this white haze after I put a new batch of boards in, I'm getting a white haze.
Yep.
He's like, it sounds like undercured solder mask. And I was like, that's what I thought, but I've never seen this ever. And then sure enough, we baked the boards prior and then that goes away, right? So not even chemical related, because I tried calling him, this pH is terrible, it's turning it white, right? But turns out I just got to bake the boards, right?
Yep.
So it was interesting that, it goes above and beyond just the knowledge base of, hey, when we put this in the wash, it's supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that we're lucky. We've got all of our engineers are like 15 or 20 plus or more, right? So they've got a lot of background, a lot of testing that they've got underneath their belt. So they've seen a lot over the years. So
I know at Apex when we were talking to Dennis and he was mentioning all these analytical services, I'm like, wait, don't you guys make cleaning chem? It almost seemed like counterintuitive, but I mean, who couldn't use somebody additional in their corner to help troubleshoot and diagnose and kind of get to the root of the problem? As a supplier, like that's a valuable button to be able to press, right?
Oh yeah, big time. Because not every place is going to have the robust staff of people with 20 years of experience, that have that product knowledge and experience and everything. So it always helps to have those people in your corner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and we pull a lot from our, Zestron is a German company, right? So our headquarters is in Germany. And so we pull a lot from our R&D group there as well, right? So we've got, I think it's 12 PhD chemists over there. And they're doing a lot of development work in that RNS division. So they work very closely with automotive companies to help them design high reliability products, again, whether they clean or don't clean. So
what's like the biggest challenge you hear about most commonly now? Like we're seeing ultra high density, a lot of low standoff stuff, bottom termination. Like what are people like most commonly coming to Zestron for to help them figure out?
We have a broad spectrum, right? We'll get boards that just have a few through hole connectors, quite honestly. I mean, simple stuff. But I would say, when the componentry gets really challenging, we're talking a tight pitch BGAs or dual row QFNs, these kind of things. That's where cleaning can be quite a bit of a challenge, right? And it's not necessarily just the chemistry either. It's the combination of the chemistry, the equipment, also how you soldered it, right? So you really got to tighten up that whole process and define it really well to successfully clean those types of products or components. So, and then I would say on like the semiconductor side, I mean, we're seeing some packages now that are 100 by 100. And so, you're trying to clean underneath that. It's a lot of area and a lot of flux that's got to come out of there. So
Yeah, and even can you get it in, but also can you actually get it back out, right?
exactly.
Yeah, some of these packages are more assemblies than they are packages, right?
Yeah,
I mean, they're becoming so complex, and so they have so much inside of them.
And it just doesn't seem like there's enough consideration to how they design that package or whatever. How do they actually support the people, figure out how they actually build it or assemble it? Like that's just somebody else.
Metallized leads on the bottom, but what else you want from us, right?
Yeah.
So goes the world, though, right?
Yeah, but that's where you guys can step in and help.
Yep.
So curious, like if I ever have a pain in the ass customer myself, like does Zestron, can they help provide knowledge to the customer who designs the product? In our case, where it's not us doing the design, but would there be like an expert who could help them understand why specific design challenges are hard to clean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we do that. That's all, but that's a tricky area for us, right? Because we have to be careful. We don't want, because again,
What if it's me not knowing what I'm doing, and that's what you uncover, right?
Yeah. So generally we try to work with our end customer, right? Or first, and we'll go through any type of challenges we see with them. Right?
Yeah.
And then it's up to them then to relay back.
That's
but
fair.
most certainly if we're asked to support or walk through how the testing was performed and why we're witnessing what we witnessed during the testing, we're happy to do that as well.
I could see that, though. You've got to be sensitive to those relationships, right?
That'd be tricky.
Yeah.
Do you guys actually have machines at a show like this, or just no?
No, just a bunch of guys standing in a blue booth over there. That's pretty much it, right? But we do showcase. I mean, we have a screen where you can check out our lab, things like that. We've got brochures, but selling chemistry is not really sexy, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have a fancy machine running around.
Sure.
Test kit's pretty cool.
Let's say it.
The test kit's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Rises to the top.
Yeah, showing the bath analyzer. Yeah. So no, it's just a bunch of guys over there happy to talk flux and
Few buckets, maybe. Yeah.
Well, Sean was supposed to have about 73 more questions for you, but I think he's hungry. So, well, thank
I
you
don't
for
blame
your
him.
time, and I hope you guys have a good show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.